soon. So, but well, you see after my internet gets actually good. Sorry for the confusion, but just having technical difficulties. Okay, we fixed it. So, okay. So, in my opinion, you want to be up front. You want to be in the lead, cause like you don't know when the big one's gonna happen. But also, let's go back to real life NASCAR. The 2021 Daytona 500, big one, lap 15 up front. It was with the leaders, and also the 2020 Talladega Fall Race, the up front big one. 2019 Fall Race, big one, burning on flips. But this is NASCAR video game, so it's going to be different for sure. You really can't turn somebody, but one little mistake. One little mistake, especially when you're too wide. One little mistake, that's gonna light the huge wreck. So.
Oh yeah, especially if that apron is the most.
Yeah, so I mean, so let's interview Hoy here. Hoy, so you had a good race at Darlington last week. Is that a momentum builder for you, or what is it?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a momentum builder for me. It definitely gives me a little boost in my confidence because, you know, the past few races when when my first race that I unfortunately didn't finish, I qualified on pole, and I was saving my tires, and I got ripped. And I started on pole this race. I was pretty consistent and finished second. So, I mean, I definitely want to turn that second place finish into a win today. But hey, nobody keeps their promises, so anything can happen.
Especially at Talladega,
yeah. Yeah, you can be leading on the last lap, and out of nowhere, P2 goes to the outside, and then they spin out or something.
Or let's just say. You miss the bottom. You slide up the track, second place, or whoever's behind you is going to take that inside, and without any help, you're going to get shuffled to the back, and it's going to be pretty hard to get back up front.
And a problem with that part is when people do that, they intend to go back down and door slam a person. And that's going to give them penalties if that ends up happening.
So we actually got some news right now. It looks like for the All-Star race, we are going to be racing on Bristol dirt in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be interesting. It might change, but yeah. So we're going to be racing on Bristol dirt for the All-Star race with the dirt late models. So I mean,
agreed.
So like, you know, it's Daytona. So, Hoy, where do you want to be? So, Hoy, so since you're in this race, you know, where do you want to be on the track?
Long run, towards the middle to the end of the run. You want to be about somewhere in the top 5, but you want to stay with the lead pack. You fall out of the draft, it's game over for you. So I'd say about at the top 5, but if you're not in the top 5 and you're still up with the lead pack, most likely towards the back.
And
if you want to stay out the wrecks, well, at least attempt to. Go up front. If you want an even better chance to stay out the wrecks, go to the back, just cruising last, and you see a wreck, slam on the brakes and stop.
So I want to talk about when do you think the big one's gonna hit?
I think it's gonna hit. I believe that it's gonna hit towards the short run to mid run. I definitely don't think there's gonna be a lot of long run wrecks, because I mean that's long cycle starts, and that's gonna break the field up. Because we're gonna obviously have tons of people on different strategies, so I think that it's gonna happen. The first big one, I say it's gonna happen around lap 20.
If there is a big one, what do you think is gonna light the big one?
I believe it's gonna be somebody trying to make a pass, or the leader hits. Somebody hits the apron, moves up the track, and comes down into everyone, and yeah,
Landon.
it's a big cluster.
So, I feel like there's gonna be a big one tonight, but
There's gonna be a big one at some point. There's at least gonna be one big one. I mean, it's no question about it. The way that the expecting was what, I mean, that was just crazy. I thought those were violent wrecks.
for sure.
And let's just hope we don't. Let's hope let's hope it's not one of those races where there's a big wreck on the last lap. And yeah. You know, if there's a wreck on the last lap, I don't want it to be the whole entire field.
Yeah.
But I don't really think there's going to be a wreck on the last lap. Like, if there's going to be a wreck, it's going to happen going into the triangle on the last lap, because that's where people are going to be doing everything they can. Door banging, trying to spin people out and stuff, you know.
For sure. So, we're, closing in on the end of Race Hub right now, so, yeah.
Yep.
So, so we're gonna do the national anthem right now. So, let me find it real quick. Please, is this it? Yep. So let's have a moment in silence for the national anthem.
Perform our national anthem. Please welcome America's most patriotic rock band, Madison Rising. Can you see by the
So, in a couple minutes, we are gonna, you're gonna hear the famous words of motorsports in a couple minutes. That's, okay, so let's go track side for your command. So for the famous word in motorsports, here we go. For the famous words in motorsports, Dale Jr. is waiting to start the engines.
Start your engines!
So they are all cranked up and ready to go. See you guys at 8 o'clock for the Hank Williams Jr. 499 at Talladega.